Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about the 7 deadly sins. It's the headline edition. Okay, so when it comes to writing a email or a social post or a blog post, I mean, just in general, one of the primary things that you need to focus on and worry about is the headline itself. Why? Because it's what captures the audience's attention, as well as tells them generally what you're talking about. So it's important to not just be clickbaity, but be click worthy. It's also important to be, more, let's just say, clear versus clever. Now, this one in particular that I'm going to be teaching you is actually about the 7 deadly sins. I already said that, headline edition, but it's specifically targeted about like emails. Okay. So if you are having issues with your open rates, or if you want your open rates to drastically improve, here's a couple quick tips on what to do. So let's kind of get into it. So tip 1 is all about, and you might see it here, it's the open and closed brackets, right? And the idea behind it is that you want to add some personalization. I know a lot, don't take what I put on here as gold though. And what I mean by that is, like, in our platform, Kajabi, it's this way. It's first, bracket, first underscore name, close bracket. However, yours might be a little bit different, but in almost every platform, there's some way to add some personalization. Now, the key here is to also test this out. The big reason why is because depending on the platform you use, especially if it's like a smaller, cheaper, free version, it may still read first name. Like, for some crazy reason, there might not be a way to personalize the headline itself. So do that, put, whatever your personalization is, the code for it, first name, and then put something along the lines of first name. Here's a product I picked just for you. So this is personalizing it and telling them it's about a product, and it's showing that there's some sort of personalization. So depending on what you did, if it's you segmented it based on gold, or you segmented it based on your potential design, or whatever it is, like, it allows somebody to say, oh, I wonder what that is, right? Because it's about them. You personalized it not only in their name, but also in the product itself as far as what you said. So let's move on to the next one. The next one is going to be formatting errors, okay? Easy, simple. Stop capitalizing everything. Why? Because it's almost like you're yelling at them. Ah! That's exactly what they're trying to not do. That's what they're trying to not click on, okay? Capitalize the first letter, and then let the rest of the sentence flow. I know it kind of goes against what a lot of us have been taught, or a lot of us think, as far as like writing is concerned, that when it's a headline, you should be capitalizing every letter in the very first, every letter in each word in that first little headline section. That's okay for blogs or whatever, but you have to remember that emails, you are trying to actively seem like you are connecting to that one person. So you want it to be friendly, and you want to do things that make them feel like they're talking to a friend. And I don't know about you, but the last time I sent my friend a text or an email, I did not do that. I didn't make it all caps, and I didn't even capitalize every single other word. I just put, like, again, first name, hey, I thought of you when I saw this, check it out, whatever. It's like, that's easy enough to spark curiosity. It's a personalization, etc., right? Let's move on to number 2. Use an emoji. Emojis are awesome, right? They're relevant in today's life. They're relevant in our culture as a society because of our phones and stuff. They are a way to help implement emotion, right? Because before, the problem with texting is that you can never really understand for sure what the person means. Now, you think you do, but if you infer that incorrectly, there's a lot of issues. However, emojis have allowed us to be able to add a winky face, or a smiley face, or a drool face, if you're sending those kind of text messages. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like, the idea is that emojis, it's like the idea of a picture's worth 1,000 words. It's the same shit. Emojis allow you to express yourself and express your content. So don't be afraid to use them. Don't overuse them, right? You're not a 12-year-old girl here. But it doesn't hurt to put a little thing up here, a little thing down there, and it helps kind of break up the text and break up your eyesight and make it to where you aren't quite so bored with the wall of text as you might be otherwise. Number 4, add an action, add a call to action, especially in the beginning, right? And this works incredibly well with the idea of the personalization. So instead of just saying, open this, you can say, I'll just use Darian as an example since you all know Darian. Darian, open this email for a secret coupon code. Do you see that? Think about that in your mind for a second. Close your eyes and actually say, okay, if I saw one email that said coupon code inside, is that going to make me click? I don't know. Maybe if I'm super bored. Or I just barely learned about this product and I just signed up for it, and that's the reason why, I would even open it. But let's just say you've been on this Old Navy mailing list forever. Would that make you click it? Probably not. Now, if you said, if Old Navy, again, let's just go with that, right? Sent, open this email for a secret coupon, a little more intriguing, right? You go, oh, interesting. I wonder what that is. Open being the call to action there, and then open this email, which obviously it's an email, right? For a secret, intriguing, coupon code. Click, look, it's freaking 10% off for a pair of $3 flip-flops. It was whatever, but the idea is that you still opened it, right? Now, once again, add the personalization. Darian, Laura, Charlie, Julio, Juan, Ernesto, Rico Suave, whatever it is. It's blank. Open this email for a secret coupon inside. That little bit just makes you want to click a little bit easier. You know what I mean? Okay, moving on. Creating urgency. So the idea behind here is that you want to make it to where they want to open it right now. So let's just use that coupon code thing as an example, right? You want to say, open this now, or open this before midnight, right? What does that do? Julio, open this before midnight. That makes me say two things. A, it's personal. B, you told me to open it. C, secret coupon code, whatever, before midnight. I'm intrigued about the secret coupon code. Fourth, it's urgent. I said A, B, C, and fourth, but you get it, right? That's how my brain works. I need to open it today, now, because otherwise I'm not going to get that coupon code that I don't even know what the hell it is, but now I'm like, whoa, I need to get that. That's what you want. You want somebody to be like, no, me. And I don't know if you've ever seen this before, if you've gone to these live events that they host for free about free real estate class or whatever at the fucking, Hilton or whatever. I've been to a few of those just to see what they were about. And one thing they are amazing at is creating urgency. What they do, and I don't know if you've ever seen this or not, and I can't say for every single one of them, but what a few of them I know for a fact do, because I've spoken to the hosts before, is they'll actually have people who work for them in the crowd. And then whenever they say, all right, guys, even though it's a digital product, like a checklist or whatever that they're selling you, they're going to say, all right, guys, now go to the back because it's only the first 20 that are going to get this at this awesome price of $499. And guess what happens? Most of the time, there's a little rumble. People are kind of looking around, people kind of stretching their legs. And then you're going to see 1, 2, 3 people run. And I mean run to the back. And then what happens? It creates a stampede effect. Why? Because we're all stupid. We are just going off base instinct here, right? So we are running. They're running, so suddenly we're like, oh my God, I thought that, there's 200 of us here. They said the first 100 are going to get this, and I'm seeing these people go. Well, now the people who are on the fence or I'm going to do it, but I'm going to mull it over for a minute or two, are now walking towards that station at a bit of a quick pace. And then those people, it's like a trickle-down effect where people start running, people start going, and you will have a line of people. And of course, it doesn't actually matter if all 200 go. Pay attention. If you ever go over there, actually pay attention and look. Again, if they say, let's just say they say the first 50, because it's usually a low number, right? And if you're in a smaller class where there's 100 people, they might say the first 5 will get this, get this program or whatever. There's going to be 100 people and there's going to be 50 people in line. And do they stop at 5? Do they go, okay, everyone, whoa. I know you wanted to give us money, but not happening. Get out of here. You don't have to go home, but you got to leave, right? No, of course not. They say, here's your form, and here's your form, and here's your form. Make sure you put your pen a little bit harder. I need to see that credit card number. So they are creating that sense of urgency, even though it's false. Now, I don't personally have those, I don't believe those ethics are correct. So if you don't either, hooray for you. If you do, hooray for you too. I don't really care personally. It's not that big of a deal. I'm going to either buy your stuff or not if I like it. But the idea still, regardless, is creating a sense of urgency can only help you. Number 6, being spam free. Ooh. So it's a big deal, right? Why? It's sort of like if you think about money, think about your income. It's not how much income you make, it's how much income you have at the end. So if the government, for example, is taking, if you make $100,000 a year and they take away half of it, now I know that's a big jump, but I'm just saying, that's 50%. That's now you didn't make $100,000 net, right? You made $100,000 gross. You have $50,000 net. So it's sort of the same idea when it comes to this. Like you can send out one email to your 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever it is on your email list, but if only 30% of them receive it, now your numbers that you were looking at before are significantly less. So there's a couple of key things. One, make sure your email provider is not just like brand spanking new, and that they are able to establish themselves, because that is part of it. Honestly, I have seen a couple email platforms that are just like really, really new, that have some really cool and amazing features, and I'm probably going to end up using 1 or 2 or 3 of them throughout the life of our business. But right here, right now, I don't want to do that, mainly because they are not going to be delivering my emails to the people or the audience that I actually want. So that's one key primary thing. The other thing is just making sure you watch out for words that you use in the headline, for example, like free. That's a pretty big headline or spam, I guess you could say, trigger. So you got to make sure that your stuff is whitelisted if you want to make sure that it's being delivered, regardless of whether you use words like free or gift or act now or whatever. However, which is why in most welcome emails, you see people saying like, here are 3 steps I need from you in order to get my emails and get all this value. Number 1 is almost always whitelist my emails so you always get it. Number 2 is always join my Facebook group, blah, blah, blah. So whitelisting is very important to ask, so that way people can always get them. And also, obviously, if you are consistently being delivered to people, you are usually, right, not always, but usually the email service provider says, hey, you're in a pretty good ranking, so I'm going to go ahead and let this one that says free pass on to the vast majority of people, because they have been clicking and opening your emails pretty consistently. So you're probably on a good relationship, right? You're probably in a good relationship. You're probably not spam. You're probably not trying to screw them over. So here you go. But you know, it can be hard. So whitelisting, and then just watching out for those spam trigger words, which you can Google. Go to google.com and then search engine spam trigger words. And I guarantee in the very first link or two you're going to see, you're going to have freaking 300 spam trigger words that you can try to make sure that you don't use, if at all possible. However, obviously, language is fluent, and if you have a lot of people that are whitelisting and a very high deliverability, then feel free to play with it a little bit, because it's hard to just say I cannot, no matter what, use this, because you may just need to. It may just flow well. It may be what you're actually offering. I'm giving you a free gift. I'm going to say free gift. Okay. Number 7. Keep it brief. And I don't mean that kind. That was pretty good, right? I liked it. I created it, and I was just like, I love it. It's amazing. Okay. Finally, this is where I was talking about earlier about clear versus clever. It's always better to be clear and not just clever, right? There's a big reason why. If you are clear, people know what they're getting into, right? That it really helps when it comes to figuring out what it is that you actually need to test. Because if you don't know what you actually need to test, that's where you're going to be just kind of bullshitting your way through it, for lack of better phrasing, right? So by being clear, you know for a fact that they know that this is a headline checklist, okay? Just as an example, if I would have left this at just 7 deadly sins, what does that mean, right? Why am I going to watch this on social media? Or why am I going to watch this in this person's email list? Or why do I give a shit? Is this religious? Like, I don't understand what this is. But if I said headline edition, and that's why I put it on there, suddenly, contextually, it makes sense. Headlines. Okay, what is that? Oh, headlines. The top part. I remember that. Who is this person again? Darian or Julio or Copy ID or what, whatever they're looking at depending on social platforms and stuff. Oh, yeah. Got it. Duh. It's copywriting. So like, it's important, right, to make sure that you are contextually making sense. Now, if this email, which I'm going to put this in emails and also in social media and et cetera, right, double duty. If this doesn't work and I get a kind of a terrible open rate or click-through rate, or I don't get comments, or I don't get likes, and I don't get engagement, or whatever the case is, I now have an ability to say, okay, so 7 Deadly Sins, headline edition, maybe that doesn't work. Maybe I change it up. Maybe I take away the 7 Deadly Sins part and just put 7 great headline tips. Now I can try that again, right? Maybe not tomorrow, but I can try it again in like, let's say 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, whatever. Then I can see, oh, suddenly I went from a 10% open rate to a 40% open rate. Oh, suddenly, if I'm doing this on social media, I'm looking through my video analytics and stuff, I'm saying, oh, suddenly my reach was only 300 people on this one, and now it's 1,000 people. Or suddenly my click-through rate, if I turn this into an ad, went from 1% to, 15.6%. Like, it can make a very big and drastic difference, but if you're always worried about being clever and never worrying about being clear, you have nothing to test because you don't know what people are actually having issues or problems with. So this, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, women and boys and girls of all ages, this is 7 Deadly Sins, headline edition, or this might end up being 7 Great Tips, headline edition. I guess you'll find out. So will I. Okay, that was it. I appreciate everything you do. If you have any questions, feel free to DM us. It's Julio and Darian. Any social site is Copy Identity. Just reply to the email or DM us or whatever you need. If you are looking for coaching when it comes to your copywriting and you want to use your words but our experience, we have coaching programs and coaching packages for that. Just go to www.copyidentity.com and you'll see the coaching button on the top. Click on that bad boy and boom, you'll see everything we offer. That was it. Have a great day. Be amazing. Be prosperous. Be kind. Be you.